Well, it's the 11th of January 2024 and we're headed out to go feed some cows. Our high today is -2, low of 26 below, and we're feeding today because tomorrow is a low of 42 below. Nice having these roll-up doors. Our old shop we had sliding doors, so it always made it quite interesting in the winter trying to get there out. But we're gonna back this out, let the tractor warm up some, and go from there. Poor combine and big tractor had to sit outside this winter, but that's okay. If they were for sale, they'd be sitting outside on a dealer's lot anyway. So always make sure the door goes down before you take off, because you'd hate to lose all your heat. Just gonna drive over here, gonna ease our way over, and we'll go from there. Interesting year. We've had kind of the first snow for a month maybe, and usually by now we would have had our chains on our tractor, ice and all that. Even with four-wheel drive, these tractors are pretty worthless on ice. So this year we haven't had to worry about that yet. So got to the hay corral, so we're gonna grab a couple bales. This is all kind of same hay. Usually throughout the year through haying, we had different kinds of hay, but we separate it by row and area. But this hay is all kind of the same. So we're gonna grab a couple bales, head over, put them in the feeders. I said earlier, it's getting down to 41 below is our forecasted low for tomorrow night. With that, it's just cows are gonna use so much more feed, so much more energy just to stay down. So we're gonna feed a little bit extra hay, put a bale out on the ground, which we normally don't do, but we're gonna roll it out. And if they need a warm place to lay down, they can. We got one of the barns with straw in. A little bit harder to do with one hand than used to, but we'll get her. There we go. Push up on it. The bales are actually kind of froze. So we'll head over. Pretty short trip. I remember as a kid we used to calve right out this hay yard. My job was my mom would take the tractor and I would ride with her until we got to these gates, and I would go out and open the gate and keep cows from coming in here. Well, as you get older, you realize I think the job is just to open the gate. The cows never really push too hard. You leave the gate open for quite a while and they won't come in, but I took that job as put as much effort into it as a 8-10-year-old kid can. Right there is where there used to be a slaughterhouse. When the railroad went through the ranch, they actually built a structure. It had a rail system on the top and a bunch of other stuff. Really interesting. But it fell in and we burnt it down a couple of years ago. One trouble we have on the ranch is we got pine trees in most of our fields, pastures, fields. And the cows, they can abort their calf if they get to eating these pine needles. And they don't do it necessarily intentionally, but they will. So we gotta fence them out of there. So we don't have a lot of room in the winter to feed cows. But this is usually one of a couple that we feed in. Come later spring, we'll move them around when we start to calve, which is usually in April. So as a kid, when we fed cows, we would take the old tractor out and we just roll a bale out on the ground every day, maybe 2 bales and every other day. But we've since gone to these round bale feeders, and they actually have kind of a chain system, and it holds the bale off the ground. And we found, at least with our cows, they waste a lot less hay. We've never had enough cows or quite the right situation to get into the pull type bale grinders, but this seems to work out pretty well for us. Normally, as you can see, there's hay in that. Oh, she flipped over. One more, but there's still hay in those feeders. But because it's going to be so cold, we're just going to feed on top of that, and the cows won't know the difference. We'll maybe let them push it a little bit longer. There we go. We got it the right way that time. So I'll take you out with me, and we'll set you up, take the twine off the bale, and put her in the feeder. This is with net wrap. We usually cut. We found this is the best way. Cut it, top, bottom. Just walk around with it. Wrap it up over the wall. Not too bad. Have that off in a second, and if any of that hay does fall off, that's all the crusty stuff. We don't get into the good green. So you get, maybe 6-8 inches inside. Now we'll put this in our secret compartment right there. Grab the bale. These bale feeders, you kind of actually, when you put the bale in, you put them on an angle. They don't sit square down. You kind of want them on a 45-degree angle, so they'll sit about like that. So we'll get up to it and gently set her in, and when she's close, just ease the grapple open some, and boom, there. She sat pretty well flat. Just what we don't want, but the cows will eat it. Cheat here, we're going to try to grab 2 bales. I don't know how this would work, but we're going to try it. So we got shove that bale over to that bale. Back up. It's actually got a stripe on one side, and it lets you know which way the bale was rolled up when you think about it, as far as unrolling it. 2 trains of thought. One, if you unroll it the direction it was rolled up, it'll unroll better, but sometimes it gets real clumpy, so if you actually unroll it backwards, it will do you a favor, and it actually spreads out longer. And sometimes you want the clumpiness. If you got calves, you want a place for calves to go hunker down in, so that's nice. And other times, if you got too many cows on, as far as feeding, it does it lets you spread the hay further, so you don't get, there's a reason they call them bossy cows. So the cows will they'll get to fighting other cows, and they don't want certain cows around them, and if you spread the hay out far enough, they can't they can't protect it all. That's why we've got 3 of these bale feeders. They're not smart enough to all take turns of sorts. So there's snow on that, but you can see that fell off. So maybe that's the way we'll plan on rolling it that way. So this is just to get them enough hay through this cold spell. That was sometimes like that. Just get enough in there. You gotta back up. Let the bunch kind of fall down. See, it's all bunched up. You couldn't get past it. You go right up to it. Maybe see if that's far enough. Pick her up. Ways and just drop her. As you can see, there's the damage that's been done, and when the cows are walking over to water, which is over there, they'll just have a reason to chew on some food on their way. I think we might just drive up here while we're out, check the water, see what we've got going on here at the stock tank. These gate latches are nice, but sometimes when there's a sag in the gate, it takes a little bit of effort. And as you can see, there is no water exposed. So I don't know how long this axe has been here, probably since they built the fence, but that's our chopping axe. And we'll just break some open, and I kind of sometimes do this, and it breaks it as well. Break it off the edge, go in the middle here, kind of break it. At least keep it open some. And then we got our fancy ice pick here. It's an old 5-tine pitchfork. We just scoop out the big chunks. Otherwise the stuff will just freeze right back where it was, and sometimes they're too big, and one-handed isn't a lot of fun, so we'll set you guys up here. Now the other thing we're going to do here is we're going to take this gate right here, we're going to open it and tie it off this other gate so the cows find another way to get in there, but sometimes easier said than done. That's there. We're going to do this. We're going to put this up all the way. Wrap you around here once. There. I think that'll work. Next stop, hopefully, is a nice warm shop, which is set at 38 degrees, which surprisingly feels quite warm today. We're over there, you see the bale we rolled out. So the cows have to walk from there around and then across. There's a creek crossing there, and then they can get to that water easier. Got back to the shop, so the first thing we do before we get in, open the grapple. We're going to dump out the snow, so when it melts in the shop, we don't have a giant bottle of water. We'll have some from the tires and whatnot, but nothing too expensive. Ready, go find the clicker, which is right here. Press 1, press 3 for more options. try this one. Huh. No bueno. I'll feel a little bit closer. Try it. Press 3 for more options. There we go. Going up, and we should be nice and warm here in a second. When we built this shop, we decided to put 2 doors in it just for this reason. The smaller door goes up faster and doesn't let out as much heat. Lets us put a tractor the other direction, and we can keep the shop full and be busy all winter if we want to. So you can see in the shop we got the combine, which we're parting out of sorts. Tractor and the skid steers around the corner. It has a flat tire we gotta get fixed. But other than that, thank you for going along with feeding the cows with us today. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.